And I'm going to start recording. Welcome everyone that is joining me today. I am one of the people that does the basic training webinars. My name is Judy Miller. If you need my email address or need to communicate to me after the webinar, it's on the bottom of this slide, basictraining@infusionsoft.com. And today we're going to be talking about the email builder and how to send a broadcast. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the box to the left, and I will get to them before the end of the webinar. We have about a 45-minute webinar today. I'm going to show some slides, and I'm going to get right into the Infusionsoft application. And so welcome, and let's get started. With your Infusionsoft application, you do have access to our Help Center. Our Help Center is located at help.infusionsoft.com. You have access to our user guide where you can type in, hey, how do I set up lead scoring? And it will give you the articles or videos on how to set that up. Anything you have a question about, you can check it out on our Help Center. You also have access to our tech support numbers, access to the Mastermind webinar. So if you go to the Webinar tab in the Help Center, there is a Mastermind tab. Let me show you real quick. So I'm just going to go to help.infusionsoft.com. There's a tab right here that says Webinars. If you click on that tab, you can see that you have access to the Infusionsoft basic training where you can hit view all and see if there's any new videos or webinars available. And then the Mastermind tab will send you to the Mastermind videos. They're all published on the right-hand side, and you can watch them on the left right here from that screen. So those are higher level, probably about 5 rungs higher than the basic training. The basic training is usually for people that have not used the Infusionsoft application yet, are a new employee, or haven't used their application that they've had for a while and they want to get to know how to use it. So today we're going to talk about email broadcasts. A lot of people come to this webinar not knowing the difference between a broadcast and a campaign. You do need to know how to make an email template to use in the campaign builder, but today we're going to be focusing on an email broadcast. So I'm going to explain the difference right now. A broadcast is a one-time email that goes off either to your entire list or just a segmented group. Like we're having monsoons today and we're going to have really bad weather. It's really scary for people to get on the freeway right now. So I may send an email out to my people that come to my ballet class on Wednesday afternoons and tell them, hey, we're going to cancel this class today so you can be safe. We'll reschedule it at another time. I'm just focusing on the people that come to my ballet class on Tuesday afternoons because there's a monsoon. Or I might be sending off a newsletter to my entire list, or I have a new hygienist and I just want to introduce her, send it off to my whole entire list. Campaign's a little bit different. I like to think of it as a chain link fence. A campaign is a series of emails that are connected with timers, and they automate your follow-up. There may be a task involved. There may be an owner assigned. There may be a email that goes out. There may be a form that needs to be filled out in that sequence. But the sequence does have emails in it, so you do need to know how to make a template anyway, so you're at the right place. Tomorrow we're going to be working on the campaign builder. We're going to make a simple campaign. It's awesomely fun. I make it awesomely easy, and so I hope you'll join me tomorrow too. So the things we're going to be learning today is how to edit a template, how to add images. I'm going to show you some ideas on why to broadcast, why to send a broadcast instead of putting people on a campaign. I'm going to show you how to send a broadcast to your entire list, and I have my hands all the way out, and then how to send a broadcast just to a targeted group of people. I also like to always give something free to thank you for coming to my live webinar, and these are some really fun resources, and most of them are free. I need to pause for a second and get a drink of water. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cough. Sorry about that. I have a little bit of a cough, and I don't want to cough right in your ear, so I'm back. Anyway, these fun resources are awesome. Pixlr is a photo editing tool. I use it all the time. I use it almost every day. It's pixlr.com. It's a really watered down Photoshop. It's free, super easy to use. Icon Finder is a place where I go and I get a lot of my images, like surfboards. I got my pictures of surfboards on Icon Finder. There's a free part of Icon Finder. You can just click on free images and you get them for free. It's awesome. I'm also going to send you this resource in the email, so you don't really need to write it down. PicMonkey is just a fun photo editor. At Christmas time, I like to take my signature and put a Santa Claus hat on it and some snowflakes, and PicMonkey lets you do that. It also lets you change your font. It's super, super fun to play around with. You kind of get lost in it when you open it up. Placeit.net is one of the coolest things I've ever found. And that image on the right-hand side where you see the tablet with my webinar there, that's from Placeit. So you get to import an image and you can put it on the side of a bus, in an iPad, on a screen. It's super cool. There are some free mock-ups. This one wasn't free, so you can see the little watermark there, but it's super fun to play around with, and it would be really fun to put those in one of your emails. And then magpieprint.com, they're one of our Infusionsoft partners. They do copywriting, but they have different packages for people that are just starting out. So I just thought I'd just give you a heads up on them, because sometimes one of the biggest blocks that we have in writing our emails is actually writing our emails and writing that copy. So I just wanted to give you those fun resources, and let's move on. So Judy, why would I send a broadcast instead of just putting everybody in a campaign? Well, here's the reasons. It might be a special holiday greeting like we had 4th of July last week. It may be a special holiday greeting that Guerrilla Marketing has, Sandwich Day. It's Earl of Sandwich Day. Did you know the bologna sandwich was, created in the 1940s? It might just be a special greeting to build a relationship with a contact. It may be your monthly newsletter that we talked about before that you send out to your whole group. It may be something's happening. You may be hiring a new hygienist or a new front office person and you want to introduce them. Or you may be getting your website reconstructed and it may be under construction and somebody just bought a $10,000 program from you. They went to your website and OMG, it's gone. There's a 404 error there. You might want to send an email to your list saying, hey, don't worry, my website's under construction. It's going to be new. It's going to be awesome. And I'll let you know when it's up and running. It may be a special offer. Yesterday was Amazon Prime Day, and I got a pair of shoes for $22 off. It was awesome. And I got an email saying, take advantage of Amazon Prime. So it just may be a special offer. It may be like Black Friday to create urgency. And to create urgency means we only have 5 seats left. If you want to be one of the people that gets in on my webinar in one of those 5 seats, please click here. Just remember that when you create urgency, be genuine. Don't really have 1,000 seats and say there's only 5 seats left. Because when somebody finds that out, you automatically lose a prospect or a customer. And I think the most important part of sending off an email broadcast to a group of contacts is to create a relationship. And here's my newest, latest, and greatest picture of my granddaughter, Everly. She's getting so big. She's almost 2. And when you add personal information and tell people about yourself and get vulnerable and transparent, some people will write you back and a contact will go, oh my gosh, she is getting so big, she is so cute. And then when I get ready to sell my product, that person is going to remember me, remember that we're now friends. We had a conversation and communication via email. They may have a granddaughter named Everly also, and when they're ready to buy that product, they're going to buy from me. And don't take my word for it. Take Seth Godin's word for it. He is a huge author, a huge marketing guru. He spoke at our Infusionsoft conference a few years ago, and I got my picture taken with him, which was really cool. And he says, people do not buy goods and services. They buy relations, stories, and magic. And it's true. I go to the same dentist I've been going to for years, and it's not because she's the cheapest, and it's not because she has little hands and she's really gentle. It's because she's my friend and she makes me feel like a person. And I can go there, and she's always like, hey, Judy, how's Everly doing? She knows me. So I can go to somebody closer. I can go to somebody cheaper. But I have a relationship with Kathy, and she makes magic with me. So just remember that. They will become your customers when you create that relationship. I'm going to pause for a second to get a drink of water. I'll be right back. So the Infusionsoft Email Builder. It's easy to use. You can create multiple templates. So Stephen, if you have more than one business, you sell vitamins and you also do personal training at people's homes, you can have 2 different templates with 2 different banners and send out 2 different broadcasts with 2 different messages. It's also mobile optimized, so it looks very good on a tablet or a phone. You can save the templates and use them in the campaign builder. So tomorrow we're going to create a campaign, and if you made the best email you've ever made in your life, you're like, oh, son of a gun, do I have to make that all over again? You don't. You can save it as a template, and you can drag it right into the campaign builder. And it's super fun. It may not be fun for you, but when you're working on your business and you're creating something that nobody else is creating exactly like you, it's super, super fun and you can get lost in it. So I think the email builder is one of the funnest things that I get to do with Infusionsoft other than teaching you how to automate with the campaign builder. So let me get into Infusionsoft and show you how it's done. When you open up Infusionsoft, you're going to land in your dashboard. And what I'm going to do is hover over the Infusionsoft logo. I'm going to come over to marketing because we are talking about marketing and connecting with people. And I'm going to come down to emails and broadcasts and click it one time. Now, even if you're just going to mess around with the software and play around with it and try to build out your first email template, you're still going to come to the same place. It says send an email broadcast. It's okay if you're not going to send one yet and you're just practicing. You're going to click get started. When you do, and I'm going to grab my highlighter because it's my favorite part, you're going to land in this section that has our gallery. And our gallery consists of templates that are already created for you that are a starting point. You may be working with MailChimp right now, and this Pine Collection email looks just like the email that you've been using, and that's a good place to start. You can always change anything that's in that template, but it's a place to start so you're not looking at a blank page and going, oh my gosh, what do I do? The previously sent, any email that you've already sent out will go in the previously sent bucket so you'll never lose it. If you've been working on an email and you have a power outage, which we've had a lot of in Infusionsoft, a lot of in Arizona right now because it's starting to be monsoon season, if your computer closes down, it will automatically put that email you're working on in your draft bucket. So you don't have to be scared to lose it. It will automatically save all the changes. And then we also have my templates. And if you want to save an email, you can click on Save as a Template, give it a name, My July Newsletter, and you can save it and it will automatically show up in the My Template bucket. Let me get rid of my drawings. And so we're going to start out in the gallery, and I'm just going to peruse down and choose one that I kind of like. I think I'll come down to this one, and once you hover over it, you can either use the template or you can take a look at it clicking on the eyeball. When you take a look at it, you can see it on a tablet and on a phone, and if I decide I want to use this one, I just hit Use Template, and it opens up that template so that you have something to start with. If you notice, something just came down, this little slider. If I hit this little arrow right here, I can push that slider away, but let me go over what that slider is. If people don't know you by your name, Stephen, they know you by your business, you can always change who this email's coming from. Right now it's coming from Judy Miller, but people don't know me from Judy Miller. They know me from Infusionsoft, or they may know me from Instant Marketing Ideas. So I can hit this little teeny tiny gray pencil, and I can change who it's coming from to either another user inside my app, or I can hit Other, and I can change it to Instant Marketing Ideas. I can also put whatever email address I want the replies for this email to go to. So if my sister lives in Texas and I want her to reply to all the people that reply to this email, it will go to my sister's email address if I put her email address right here. It doesn't have to be a user inside of Infusionsoft. I didn't hit save, so let me redo that. And now you can see who it came from changes. So if you have different businesses, you can have emails that come from different businesses and different people. I'm not going to choose my recipients yet because we're just playing around. I'll do that when I go back to send a broadcast. And I'm going to put in my subject line. And always remember, do not put subject here, because you may send off the email and forget to change the subject, and it's going to say put subject here, and it will be wah, wah, it'll look really bad. So I'm just going to put happy, and I'm going to put the day of the week, and this is a cool trick, so I never have to change the subject line again. I'm going to put happy, I'm going to put a space, and I'm going to come to the merge button on the right. And I'm going to look for date. These are all the fields you can grab. I'm going to grab date. I'm going to grab current day of the week. And it will say Happy Wednesday. I'm going to put a comma, put another space, and now I want to personalize and put in their first name. So it's going to say Happy Monday Paige, Happy Monday Rifki, Happy Monday Trong. Whatever your first name is inside the Infusionsoft custom field, inside the Infusionsoft field, it will show up. Hit Merge, come to Contact Fields, hit First Name, and this will say, Happy Wednesday, Judy, just like that. Never have to change it. It will always bring in the right day of the week and the right person's name. Now I'm just going to hit that little arrow and move that slider up, and now I get to work on my email. If you notice on the left, there's a toolbar. All the way to the left, there's a design phase. That's what phase we're in right now. There's a blocks phase. The blocks gives you different building blocks to create that email and add to it. We're just going to come back to the design, and in the design phase, I can change my header style, change the color of my header just by hitting the box, and I can make it red. Now you'll see how red changed right here at section header. I can change style 2, so there's another style 2 down here, and I can change that. I can change the font color. I can change the font style. I can also change the hyperlink color. So if I'm going to have a hyperlink, I can change the color. Maybe I want my hyperlink to be red. Maybe I want my hyperlink to be blue. I could also come and change the email background. If you know your hex code or you know your color branding code, you can add it right here. But instead of adding a color, I'm just going to come here and change the color just like that. I usually like to keep it in the light gray colors, but I think that green color is really pretty. Now I'm going to scroll back up to the top, and you'll see that we have an email, making an email header. We have a banner there. And that's not my banner, and it's not your banner, so we're going to want to change it. If you don't want to add your banner, you can just click on this banner and hit the trash can and get rid of it, and then it will just start out with section header. But I want to add my banner. So I'm going to click on that banner, and you'll notice the toolbar on the left has changed a little bit. And now it says Edit Image Block. I can change it or I can edit it. I'm going to hit change, and when I do, my images are going to show up in my library. I can add a new image by hitting browse, but I'm just going to add my Infusionsoft We're Hot because it's so hot right now. And once I do, my image is there. If I decide I don't want it, I can delete it. I can change the size on our left-hand toolbar to bigger or smaller. When I make it smaller, I can come all the way to the bottom and I can toggle it left, right, or center. I can link my banner to Infusionsoft.com if I'd like to. I hit this little arrow that says Image Link, and I can put in Infusionsoft's URL. If I want to know if the contact actually visited my website and clicked on my banner, I can click on this little tag right here, and a tag not only tells you what list people belong to, but it can also track someone's behavior. And I can say they visited my website. And it's always important to put a small image description, so I'm going to put company banner, just in case someone hovers over it. So that's my banner. Now I'm going to come down to section header. When I click on section header or that little text area, you'll notice that the left-hand side is going to change again. I'm going to be able to change the colors, but you'll also notice that when I clicked into this little text area, this little blue floating bar showed up. This blue floating bar will let me edit this content right here. If you already have emails in MailChimp or in Microsoft Word, you can just go and copy and paste that content and place it right here. Or you can just type here, hey, we promised to get you our marketing ideas. Download. Well, here it is. Just click here, and you got it. So, I'm offering them a downloadable link. How do they download it? Let me show you. I have to pause for a second, get another drink. I'm really sorry, I have a real scratchy throat. And I'm back. So just click here and you got it. I'm going to highlight because I want to give them the downloadable ideas. And then I'm going to come up to that little blue toolbar, that little floating bar, and I'm going to hit the one that looks like a little chain link fence. And when I hit it, a box is going to appear. If I click on that little arrow going down, I can either put in a URL and send them to a hidden page on my website with that document. I can send an email address. I can pop in my phone number, or I can add a downloadable file right there. If you don't have any files added to Infusionsoft Server yet, just hit Upload New File. It will open up your files on your computer, and you can choose that file. I already have my file in here, so I'm just going to click the arrow that says Choose File, and I'm going to look for my one that says, Here's your ideas. There it is, 5 fun newsletter ideas. If I want to track if they clicked on those ideas or not, I want to be able to see who was engaged in this email that I sent out and who wasn't engaged, I can tag them by clicking here and put downloaded ideas. I already have the tag created. You can create it on the fly. I already have it done. Hit done, insert link, and now I made a downloadable link. On the left-hand side in the toolbar, I can change that hyperlink color to red if I want to by clicking on the box. I want to change it to blue, make sure it pops out. I'm going to change this to Get Your Ideas Now. And then if you'll notice, there's another image. If you don't want the image, just click on it and hit the trash can. If you want to change the image, look on the left-hand side, change image, and I'm going to add the rainy mood because we have lots of monsoons right now. Scrolling down a little bit further, I have another section header. If I don't want that section header, I can just click in it and hit the trash can, or I can just start writing inside this header. The last thing is there's a button here. If you don't want the button, click on it and hit the trash can, the button will disappear. But I do want the button. I want to give them a second chance to download those ideas. So I'm going to click on the button, and when I do, on the left-hand side, the button builder appears. The toolbar changed on the left. It says, see what we mean? I'm going to say, get ideas now. Second chance. Make the button what I want it to say. Choose button type. I'm going to do a file download, and I'm going to give them a second chance to download those ideas. So I'm going to put the same exact 5 newsletter ideas right there. Tag them if they download it. I can change the button color if I want to. That's too light. I can make it kind of the color of rain. And that's my email just like that. I have a banner, content, image, content, and a button. Now what if I want to add to this email? I don't want it to just be this. I want to add some stuff to it. Well, that's when we come down under Design to the blocks. And the blocks give you little building blocks or little snippets to put in more stuff into this email. I want to add an image. Grab image, drop it where I want it, and then your toolbar changes and asks you what you want to add. I want to add this cute little duck. I can also come in up and edit this and watch what I can do. This is the coolest thing about this email builder. Watch this. I have my image. I want to make it a meme. Watch this. Edit effects. I'm going to scroll all the way to the right. There's my little kitty cat meme. I'm going to enter apply, save, and oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing in the world. Now I have a meme right there. So you can make a meme for anything and get people want to come to my webinar, click here, and once you click on the picture, you can actually link it to a landing page or a web form or an order form or a registration form, just like that. Isn't that cool? I just think that's the neatest thing, and not a lot of people know that, so you guys are some of the people that know that secret. Now I'd like to add a dividing line and separate my meme, my ducks like rain, from my get ideas now. In my blocks, I have a dividing line. I'm going to grab it, put it right underneath my meme, and now I can, the toolbar changed on the left, I can make it bigger or smaller, and I can change the color kind of to match my blue theme I got going there. I'd like to add a social media snippet because I want people to maybe follow me and like me on Facebook. In the little snippets, there's a social media block. I'm going to put it right under the banner and let it go. You'll see that the toolbar changes on the left so you can get the feel for the pattern. The toolbar always changes when you put something new in that email. Now it's gray and it's not showing up, and people will call tech support all the time and say, my social media snippets are not showing up. Well, you need to set it up. You need to come over to Facebook, go to Facebook and put in your Facebook URL. Go to LinkedIn, put in your LinkedIn handle. If you want more, just click the plus sign, and I want Pinterest. Put in my Pinterest handle. I'd like YouTube. Put in my YouTube handle. That's Instagram. And then you'll see how they show up. You can make them bigger or smaller, and you have the left, right, and center adjustment right here. Now this is what I would recommend, and I'm going to show you this now because it's cool. When somebody is reading your email, so I'm going to come to preview, and when someone's reading your email on a phone, they'll start at the top, and they'll see these social media snippets, and they may click on the Facebook, but they're probably going to scroll down to the very bottom and keep on reading. And they're not going to go back up to the top to find that Facebook snippet social media link. So what I recommend is click on your social media snippet, because it will not transfer if you grab the snippet from the left again. Hit the duplicate button, grab it and move it down to the bottom of your email too. Now when I go to preview, somebody's reading this on their phone, they'll see the social media snippets here, dun, 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 read down and go, man, this person's awesome. I wonder what they have going on in Facebook, and click on it. So that's my little tool tip, my little tip for the day. Another tip, since these social media snippets do not transfer from one email to the other or from one template to the other unless you make a copy of the template, get an Excel spreadsheet or a Microsoft Word doc, put all your URLs in it so you can just go copy and paste them so you don't have to search for them every single time. That will just save you some time. Go back to my blocks. This time I'd like to add a video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the video snippet. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to place it where I want it. Once I do, you'll see the toolbar on the left changes, and I'm actually going to go to YouTube. And I'm going to look for Rainstorm. And I'm going to find a video that I want and pause it. When you go to the channel that's going to be hosting your video, it may be YouTube, it may be Vimeo, it may be Jivebox, it may be Wistia. You're going to go and grab the URL. You can either grab it here underneath the video where it says share, or just easier to just come up to the address bar and copy. I'm going to go back to my Infusionsoft email template, and I'm going to paste that URL right here where it says paste in the toolbar. Once I do, my video will appear. I can toggle it and make it bigger or smaller, and I can even tag if they clicked on video. Just like that. And I can also move it. I want it to come underneath my social media snippet, so I can move it just like that and make it bigger or smaller. That's how you add a video. I want to show you one more thing before I go into sending out a broadcast. On the very bottom, I'd like to add my signature. Here's the benefit of adding a signature. You don't have to use Infusionsoft Signature. You get one signature per user inside of Infusionsoft. So I know Steve's thinking, well, I have two different businesses, and I have like two different signatures. I don't want to use the same signature for each of my templates. You don't have to use our signature. You can actually come over to blocks. So let me get rid of the signature real quick. Come over to blocks, get your text blocks, and you can make your own signature. So you can make a signature on your own just by using the text box, or you can use Infusionsoft Signature Snippet. The benefit of using the signature snippet, you may have 5 different realtors in your brokerage, and you want to send out a newsletter once a month with a recipe and some ideas about decorating their house. You don't want to send one for Nikki's group and one for Pam's group and one for Rich's group and one for Rifki's group. You just want to send one email, and you want it to come from each of the the users that own that specific contact. When you put contacts owner, and it automatically will default to contacts owner, as soon as you send out that email, it will automatically put that person's signature in there. Let me look at preview and see if mine will show up. There it is. Because I'm the owner of that contact, my signature shows up. If Tom's the owner, Tom's signature will show up. If Sue's the owner, Sue's signature will show up. So you don't have to go in and make separate templates, but you don't have to use our signature. You can either do it from the contact owner, or I just want them all to come from Judy Miller, and there's my signature just like that. You don't have to use it. You can create signatures per email template also by using that signature, that task block. When I'm done with my email template, I can either exit and it will automatically save into drafts, or I can save it as a template so I can use it in my campaign builder. And I'm going to call this one Rain Template and hit save. You probably wouldn't save a Rain template. You'd probably only save the templates that you want, that you'll use a lot and also use in the campaign builder. But now it's saved into my templates. And if I hit exit and I come to my templates, you'll see my email is right there. Right there, just like that. So what I'm going to do now is leave my email builder, go back to my dashboard, and I'm going to show you how to send a broadcast, and then I'll answer questions. When you're ready to send your broadcast, you've made your email template at midnight last night and it came out great, you want to send it to your list or just a certain group of people. You're going to hover over the Infusionsoft logo, come to the same place you were before, emails and broadcasts, and hit that Get Started Vitamin button right there. Now I already created my template, so it's saved in my templates. If you're going to start from scratch, of course you can do that too. I'm going to come to my templates, and I already made a template for today, and I'm going to hit Use Template. Let's go over the pieces of it. We're going to dissect it. I made the background blue in color. I put in my Infusionsoft logo. We're hot, and put a temperature gauge because that's fun. There's my image. Here's my title. Here's my clickable link here at Rain. Check out the Rain. Here's my other link. Here's my social media snippet, and it's going to be the contact owner. Awesome. Now I'm ready to send it out. So what I'm going to do is hit the Schedule or Send button in the right-hand corner. And when I do, Infusionsoft will do a little check through and make sure everything's cool and everything's done. And if you'll notice, recipients, there's no recipients to get this email, so there is an orange exclamation point. And that's telling you, uh-oh, something's not right here. You need recipients. So I'm going to listen to Infusionsoft and I'm going to add recipients. You can do it lots of different ways. First thing I'm going to show you, if you want to send this email out to everybody on your list. It's your newsletter. You send it to your whole list. So what I'm going to do is hit New Search in the recipient box. I'm not going to choose any criteria, and I'm just going to hit Search. And Infusionsoft will scoop up every contact inside my Infusionsoft contact record and put them right there inside my recipients. I have fake people in here, so I'm going to hit the X because I don't want to really send that. Yesterday we talked about saving searches, and you may have a group of people that are just going to buy a home and you want to send out an email with the houses of the week, and you just want to send it to that specific group of people with that specific criteria. I can come here and I can start typing in my saved search. Yesterday I saved a search called July Webinar Attendees. There should be 12 people in it, and there are. And that's just the people that want to buy a home. I can save searches and just send out to those specific people that are in that specific list. And you can pick different lists also. I'm going to X those out because I don't really want to send it to those people. I can also do a new search, and I'm just going to send this out to Abe. I send Abe my email every Wednesday. Choose my criteria, hit search, and now there's one email that's going to go out to Abe. You probably won't send it to one person, but I only send it to Abe on Wednesdays. Now I'm going to hit the Schedule or Send button again. Infusionsoft's going to do that little checklist again, and everything's green. I'm going to scroll down to the very bottom, click on Send Now, click the Send Now vitamin button, and my email will automatically go out to whatever contacts that I said I was going to send it out to, whatever recipients. When you send off your email broadcast, it will automatically redirect you to this report page. This report page is awesome because it will give you a little pie graph. It's the only one I understood when I was in elementary school. And also it will give you some hyperlinks over here to take a look at reporting. If you want to find out more about this, if you go to our Help Center and put email broadcast report, it will go over everything that's on this page right here. How do we get back to this report? Let me show you. Hover over the Infusionsoft logo, Marketing, down to Reports. Click Reports one time. What did we do? We sent an email broadcast. So we're going to come down and find email broadcasts. There it is right there, smack in the middle. Click on it one time. Here's what we sent out, Ducks Like Rain to you. Hit View, and my report will come up just like that. Let me send another broadcast and show you again how easy it is. Emails and broadcasts. Get started. Choose the email that I want to send out. Change whatever I need to change. Schedule or send. No recipients, so I'm going to come here and start choosing recipients. New search. This time I'd like to find people with the tag newsletter list. People with the tag July webinar attendee. And people that do not have the tag customer. So I'm telling Infusionsoft, search for anyone that has this tag or this tag that does not have the customer tag. They have this going on and they have this going on, but they still haven't purchased my product yet. I have to send them maybe a more aggressive email that's more exciting, that's urgent, that gives them a reason to click on that link and purchase. So I'm going to really filter down, hit search, and it will bring up only those people, and I can click here and find out who it is. It's Pat Simmons. That's a fake person, so I better delete that person. I have two people on my newsletter list, and I think it's Abe and Ron, so let me check. Abe and Ron, those are two real people. So I'm going to send, hit schedule or send. Scroll down to the bottom. You'll see that there is a place where you can schedule or send it at a later date. So if you're going to be on a trip to Austin, Texas next Tuesday, and you want this to go out while you're on the plane, you can set it up right here. I'm going to hit send now. I'm going to hit send, and that email will go out automatically, and my report will show up. So I always give a challenge at the end of my webinar, and my challenge is create an email template. Create 2 email templates if you dare. Add a link, add an image, add a document, try it out, tag it, send a broadcast to yourself, save that template to your library, and I'm going to be sending you the recording also with a little workbook that I created for you so you can answer all those questions and see if you really know it. And if you want to add me to your CRM, you can add me, basictraining@infusionsoft.com, Judy Miller, and you can send me that broadcast also, and I'll take a look at your email and tell you if I think it worked or not. You may have used the wrong there, and I may be able to look through it and tell you. Sometimes it's always good to have another group of eyes on there. You can always send a preview email to yourself, and let me show you how to do that real quick. So if I'm in my email builder, come on. I think my templates may be. I think I just messed that one up. If you'd like to send it to yourself and do a preview to see how it's going to look when it comes through in an email, you can just hit test, put in the email address that you want to send it to. You can use more than one person if you'd like, and then hit send, and that email will go out automatically and you can see what it looks like. So any questions? I saw a different way to add images. Okay, there is a different way to add images, and let me show you how. You don't have to be in the email builder to add images. You can hover over the Infusionsoft house, come down to Files, and it's opening. I think my email is stuck. Come to Files. Once in Files, the third tab over is Company Images. I can see my little images on the left right here, but I can also hit Upload. Hit Browse. We go into my fun Infusionsoft stuff. And I can add an image just like that. Once you do, it will be added inside, replace old file with new. It looks like I already have the broom in there. And now the broom is in there. So you can either add them here under Files. You can actually even come in and add your files, your downloadable ebooks, or files here too. It does not look like there's any other questions. So I have one more question. How do I get to your webinar tomorrow? Let me show you. You can either come to the house inside your Infusionsoft application. Oh, it's not in there. Forget it. Go to help.infusionsoft.com. Come to the webinar tab. Come to the Infusionsoft Basic Training. And here's Campaign Builder Basic Training. And you can click here and register right here. So thank you for joining me. Tomorrow we do Campaign Builder. I'm going to show you how to create a very, very simple campaign, but it is very effective. We've had people make $10,000 in 10 minutes doing a very, very simple campaign. Do it simple first, and then you'll be able to make a more complex campaign after you work in it a little bit. So thanks for joining me. I have one more question. Quick question. For some reason, no notice today. So Barney did not get a notice for the webinar today. Did you sign up for it by clicking here, or did you sign up for it inside the Infusionsoft application? There's another way to sign up for our webinars under Basic Training. Send emails and hit Select. And if you click on one of these boxes right here, it may not have sent a recording of webinar where you were. I mean, it didn't send a reminder. I will check in here. It's supposed to send a reminder, so I'll check. Barney said that he was here, and he clicked and registered, and it didn't send him a reminder, but I'll make sure that that's taken care of. I'll check into it. And again, thank you for joining me. Happy Wednesday. We're going to have some good storms in Arizona today, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow on our next webinar, which I'll be teaching the Campaign Builder. You'll be expecting an email around 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock today, and I'll be sending all the goodies and the recording. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.